you this. You looking for a $100,000 wedding?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
I have high standards, and I feel like I shouldn't lower them just because.
I have high standards, too. I went to a justice of the peace.
Okay.
Married 32 years. The biggest weddings are the shortest marriages, I swear. You know, Kim Kardashian, that dude, 72 days. Took her longer to pick out the dress than it did to be married to her. You know what I mean? You look at, that's just a party. You have that party with, like, on your 25th wedding anniversary, then you could spend that kind of money. $100,000, you're never gonna get married, honey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what that's the wrong goal. The goal is to have him, like, for 40 years.
Yeah.
Not to have one party.
Right.
And what's crazy is that, why does a grown woman have to be told this? I mean, it looks like something you would tell a young girl, right? It's all about what people will think, namely other women, and then really bragging about being married. That's what it's about with a lot of these women. But the scary part is that she probably doesn't know the first thing about being a wife. And you're spending top dollar, starting off in debt, adding insult to injury.
Where are the men? What happened?
That is a really good question.
I don't know who's to blame.
I could think of a couple possible answers in regards to who's to blame, as I'm sure we all could.
Men don't want to be men anymore.
It's not that they don't want to be men anymore. It's that they've been told over and over again by society and various other groups of people that they're full of toxic masculinity, and the traditional ways in which many men behave is no longer wanted by a large number of people.
I feel like we're around a bunch of Peter Pan. What happened to men and values and family?
What motivation do men really have to act like men when all they get in return is condemnation, criticism, and disparagement?
Taking care of their women and just being the man and the protector.
What they're saying is there's not a big pool of good men.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
That is a
That's
lie.
not a lie.
Listen,
What?
there's not a lot of good men who want y'all. There's a lot of good men out there like where the good man at? Like they hiding under a rock or in a cave. They everywhere. They at the gas station. They at Costco. They at the bank. They walking right past you and you don't show up on their radar because of the way you are. They're gonna walk right by you. Your pretty face ain't gonna go too far because everybody's pretty. That's a prerequisite. So if that's all you got to offer, we not looking at you. There's plenty of good men. They just don't want your ass. I ain't never heard no woman say, I know I ain't. She'll say, this man ain't, he was bad. He was bad. But for the most part, every woman think they're a good woman.
For me,
What makes you a good woman? Who's auditing that you're a good woman? You are auditing yourself. Why don't you ask your exes what they think? Because all your relationships diminished and ended in turmoil.
Oh man, he shut that down real quick. They don't want to answer this one. It's always the man's fault. For years and years, bad choice after bad choice. At this point, women like her just simply look for the wrong things when looking for a good dude. They take the wrong approach with men and give off bad energy. And good men are just avoiding them, plain and simple. Especially women who have nothing to offer other than looks. So if good men aren't in your circle, it's just probably a lack of good men who find you suitable.
Now, you tell me if this makes sense to you. There's this guy that goes to my church and this lady that I know, and she introduced me to the guy maybe like this past summer, so like some months ago, right? Introduced, I'm like, hey, how are you? You know, it was a real nice introduction, and then that was it. Apparently he's interested, so talk to me. Like, so on Sunday she saw me, I hugged her, you know, hey, how you doing? She was like, let me introduce you to this young man. I said, ma'am, you've already introduced me to him before. And she was like, I have? I said, yeah. She was like, well, he's a great young man, and I feel like y'all two, you know, it would be nice if y'all two, you know, like spend some time together. I said, he doesn't say nothing to me, so I don't say nothing to him. And she was like, well, he said that you said you won't be looking his way. Let me repeat myself. He don't say nothing to me, so I don't say nothing to him. I don't pursue. I don't chase. I don't insert myself. I don't do none of that. Now, mind you, This man works on the parking lot ministry, right? Or the ministry that's outside telling you where to park and stuff. Sweetie pie, you trying to talk to me? Tell me you'll park my car. Save me a parking spot close to the door. Okay? Tell me you'll drive me up to the front, or you'll meet me up at the front and then you'll go park my car for me. That's how you talk to a woman. I don't know what be possessing y'all to think that we as the women gotta do the pursuing, the chasing, and all of that. Baby, I accept what's given to me. I reciprocate. But to reciprocate something, it has to be given to you first. No. Over are the days of me putting myself out there. Over are the days of me inserting myself. Over are the days of me looking dumb, desperate, and dusty. Over are those days. Like, that was never my style. Why would I start now? I don't care how good of a young man he is. If he's a young man who is deaf, mute, and dumb, then I don't want to talk to him. Like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, y'all. I'm so over these men. It's sassy. You a grown tail man, and you can't open up your mouth and say hello to somebody, and your excuse is, oh, she don't look my way. Make me look your way. Give me something to look at. Like, that's why I be quiet, because if you can't even speak to me in the parking lot, you sure can't handle me in this mouth. Make it make sense. If you're going to do anything in this world, make it make sense. Okay? Because I'm over it. I'm over it. If it's just me and my daughter for the rest of my life, me and my baby, we're going to be all right. We're going to have a good life. Because
she sounds like she mad that old boy didn't approach her yet. So she probably likes him at some level, right? If not, I'm sure she wouldn't even give it a second thought. So that lets you know what it is already. At some point, some of these women need to understand, guys are doing the choosing off top, especially if you insist on the guy doing all the work to pursue you. He has to see you as a viable option in the first place. Yes, you can look good all day, but there are other attributes that might sway a man to pursue. And really, she sounds like she's taking the stance of she will show no effort to attract a man other than what he sees on the surface, and then complains guys don't approach him or ask them out on a date and all of that. Like a smile or some sort of sign that shows interest, is that too hard to ask? And really, most of what I'm seeing with these type of women and what they post all over social media is what they won't do, not what they will be doing. And that's the real problem. It's like, okay, what will you do for a man so that he could choose the proper mate? You know what I'm saying? So you could actually find that good dude that you're complaining that you're not finding. And the fact that she brings up her riding attitude as being someone you would need to handle, like, sounds like old boy dodged quite the bullet. Women who agree with her, listen, many men have decided they no longer want to do all the work, just to discover you were not worth the investment of time and resources. Those men are tired of jumping through hoops and over pits of fire just to win a poison pill. And let me ask you this. Do you take this type of approach with your job, career, or anything else that you wanted in your life? Do you just walk past the job you want and hope you get hired? Hope the hiring manager would just see the value in you and offer you top dollar just by seeing you pass by? I'm pretty sure I know the answer to that. Would you sell items without advertising or sell a business without a pitch to paint its value? Why do you take this type of approach with men only? Now I understand that men do the approaching as a whole, and I've had no problems approaching, regardless of the result. But how she's talking, it just shows her lack of humility. Just because I'm saying this doesn't mean I would want women chasing me or coming off sassy, as she put it. You know what I'm saying? But we in a time where men have to make absolutely sure the woman that they invest in actually likes them and has good intentions. And with this girl right here, she sounds like she don't even show interest in a guy, even if she's interested. And she's the type to complain that she's not getting the guy she wants. When you completely rely on what's coming to you You literally settle for what comes your way. And it's crazy how many of these women say they do not want to settle, but they settle from the get-go. Really, things don't have to be so extreme. You can show interest without doing the majority of the pursuing. Showing some type of interest does put the rules of engagement and leverage on an even playing field. And it's what many women with this type of mindset don't really want happening. Because then they have to work on themselves and uphold a certain standard for the man as well. What I'm seeing is, though, women who are taking the extra initiative have access to more men of their choosing and therefore end up with who they want to be with more often than not. It certainly doesn't guarantee success of a long-term relationship, but it's a better crop. It's a better crop to choose from. Just like the pick-me's are getting picked, these women are having a bit more success with getting men's attention. And if that's what you want, then I could give you a better selection to choose from. If not, sure, keep doing what you're doing. But most likely, you'll keep getting the short end of the stick. And you have to do what you say you don't want to do. Settle for whatever comes your way. That's just what it is. But that's what I think. Let me know what y'all think. Hit them comments, man. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Bang on that like button. Thanks again for watching and listening. And until next time, be easy.